And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Ruby Rock, we have the French Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the red Protoss player, the South Green Protoss. It representing Protoss Pro. It is Classic. Here we go. As we are getting into our next game, as we're getting into our fresh series, jumping into the CvP, Classic and Clem, they often do go back and forth. They often trade blows. Some of the best Protoss and Terran players in the world. And I'm curious to see how Clem will approach Classic here. Welcome to Ruby Rock. This is a smaller map of the map pool. Aggression is typically favored here on this map, so we're expecting Clem to build up into earlier move outs, into earlier timings, into earlier aggression. Is what we're expecting. Now we're just opening up single gas opener, racks expand. Yeah. So far, Clem, he is looking to expand. Likewise, Classic going for his own standard opener. Gate Cyber into Nexus. There's a CC from Clem. A little bit delayed and a little bit of inefficiency, but outside of that, we're looking solid. And it's not going to be a Tech Lab follow-up. It's going to be the Reactor. So racks expand into Reactor. I believe there's no Reaper Scout. Yep, no Reaper Scouts. You're relying on his Hellion, or if not just drop play to get vision here on the tech of choice. So you build up. Now again, from here, Clem has been very aggressive in TvP. He can play the mid to late game, but as many Terran players are fully aware, it's not the most enjoyable experience to just be stuck at home and to turtle up and to perfect your army and then to eventually break out on 4 bases with a Bio Tank Liberator, like a Bio Ghost Liberator Viking. It's not ideal, so all-ins are common. Very common. Likewise, Classic does have some freedom when it comes to his build of choice. He's going for the Twilight Council into Blink, and we'll see how many gateways. So far, he's just on the 1. Ooh, there's late reaction. Yeah, late reaction by Classic, who lose the Adept. Very nice pick up here by Clem. The Adept going for his own 1-1-1 follow-up into Widowmine drop. Not Hellion. So again, much later scout here from our Terran player. You know, Classic playing it safe, throwing down 3 gateways so far, and most likely into a Robo. And Robo's on the way. Especially on Ruby Rock, like, you do not want to cut too many corners. You don't want to rush into your 3rd. Classic playing it safe. Oh no, I got my apologies. During the last game, I was locked in. But thank you so much. Thank you so much. Skip chat for the raid. Gracias, papi, gracias. Slash shoutouts. If you're still here, gracias, skip chat, gracias. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. I'm assuming. Hope you had a great ladder session. Gracias, gracias. As the Major comes in, will barely unload in time. The Medevac taking a lot of hits though, and will go down. Massive pickup, takes down the Medevac. Ooh, nice catch on the Stalker. Denies some mining. But no critical economic damage. Oh, they're retargeting though. Okay. Denies more mining time. With that, Clem also confirms the take of choice, confirms the Twilight Council in a blink. Clem is aware. And we're still building up. We have Stim on the horizon, eBay +1. Building up into our upgrades before eventually moving out. As Clem does find the Stalkers. Jesus, that's quite a lot of Stalkers. Clem getting caught out in the open. Classic doesn't find a way in yet. He has high ground vision. Tempted to dive. He does. He dives into the main. He's doing it for Stim. Does get the first add-on. Stim is going to be left alone. And picking up a couple of SCVs at the same time. Damage done being across the map. Oh, gets the tank. Tank goes down, but this may just be a one-way trip here. And was Raven harass. 7 SCVs. There's no Stim, so it's hard to punish. It's not impossible though. Oh. As that was 7 Stalkers going down. 7 Stalkers for what? For a tank, for 7 SCVs. At the same time, still more damage done being across the map. 3 more pro kills. Ooh, but does get the Raven. We're getting messy. We're getting messy here. Everyone's losing workers. That was 8 probe kills for 7 SCVs. Classic did lose a lot of Stalkers. At the same time, Clem lost a tank, Clem lost a Raven. I want to say this is maybe slightly better for Clem. I mean, that was a lot of worker damage, that is true. At the same time, though, Classic, he lost a massive chunk of his army. And Stim will soon finish. Once again, blinking into main. He's crazy. It blinks in. He's down one of the mines. Being thrown back. And once again, does kill some SCVs, but he will lose 2 more Stalkers in the process. And now it should be go time. And now it's time to move out. It's only going to be 1 tank though. Okay, losing that tank earlier was brutal. So just the 1 tank. Clem, he commits. There are only 6 Stalkers to defend. I think he lost too much. Down to 5 Stalkers. There's a Colossus. Oh. And there's a Colossus. Tank pulls away. Do we have enough Marauders? There are plenty of Zealots. Not enough. Not enough Zealots here. Down to 2. Better fight for Clem. He's still looking for a way in. Oh, God. Trades well. Tank shots punish. Tanks punish. Clem rotates to the right hand side. Unscouted. Classic's not aware. Da-da. We lost one of the casters. Oh, as Clem does get a tank shot off. Okay, Colossus are exposed. Once again, there's not really much here to support. Down to 11 Zealots. 11 charge lots. Clem behind this, expanding on location. He is not all in. Oof. I do think earlier on, especially, there was an opportunity to push into one of these bases, but Clem, he plays it safe. Plays it safe, backs off, 4th base now on the way. The game will continue. But Clem will get on top of the 4th, though. Not bad. He stims in. He stims forward, catching out some of the Stalkers. The base should be denied. Yeah, the tank is siege. That is going to be a cancel. Even dragging the army into mines. Oh my god. And trades well, cleans up all the Zealots, denies the expansion. He can try to stim in on top of the Colossus. Doesn't go for the dive. Clem pulls away, but still 7 SCV kills. That's still worth it though, as he denied the 4th base twice. 3 times even. Some heavy losses though. Full medevac gets picked off. Classic is holding, he's defending. Overextending across the map though. That's what I might say, just waddle in. There wasn't even a drop. They waddle in. 9 probe kills, late reaction by Classic. Aye. Critical damage. Clem now with the worker lead. Clem with a stronger economy. The one thing keeping Classic alive, the Colossus, right? He's been building up and preserving his Colossus at least. That's the one thing that Classic has. So the splash damage. Meanwhile, Clem just getting further ahead. Liberator production has begun. Vikings are on the way. Ghost Academy as well. You can see the supply disparity. A lot of this comes down to the economic damage and the denial of the 4th base. It has really slowed down Classic's growth in this game. As the mine drops they continue. Dropping in. One more mine shot goes off. Classic, he does need to do something desperate here to recover in this game, whether it's a Zealot run by, Zealot counterattack, War Prism harass, bypassing the army, going for a base trade. Something. Prism is moving in. Does try to move in, gets caught out immediately. Ooh, will not get away. Waste of a recall. And recalls down cooldown. And Clem is almost maxed. He's almost maxed out. Again, it was a chaotic early game, but it just was not worth it for Classic. He lost too many Stalkers, lost too much army. Led into the situation where he just could not engage with the army of Clem. And now Clem is maxed. He's maxed out. As he moves out, there is a Zealot round by setting up here at the 3rd, but it may not be enough. Clem has 10 Vikings. Jesus. Catch out of Colossus. Gets one shots of Prism as well. Limited anti-air. Yeah, limited support. Zealots get deflected. There's Liberators back over the defense. And Clem breaks through. Clem he overwhelms. He breaks through the Colossus, takes them all down. 4 Colossus fall. And there's nothing left. And Clem he sims and he wins. He breaks down the main army, pushing to the 4th base. GG gets called and Clem takes game at number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, just a really messy start here for Classic. Just bleeding out so many Stalkers early on, committing into these blinks and falling further behind. Likewise, that meant that he had less to support his Colossus. It meant that he had a weaker defense, so the army could stick around. And we saw Clem denying the 3rd base, sorry, the 4th base, time and time again as well. Brutal damage. GG. GG, well played. With that, Clem takes the lead. Takes the lead in the series, and we'll see if Classic can recover. We'll see if we can calm down and tighten up our early game. See if we can lock in. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Winter Madness, we have the blue Terran player, the blue Terran player himself, leading the series 1-0 for Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player for Team Virtus Pro. It is Classic. Let's go. Let us go. So we're diving into game 2. Welcome to Winter Madness, a much larger map of the map pool, larger map, a longer rush distance by ground, easier bases to defend as well. Your natural, your 3rd, your 4th base, much easier to maintain. And I would say that typically this is going to be better for Terran, as it's often Terran players struggling to expand and struggling to build up into a greater economy in a longer game. But that's only if we get into a longer game. We mentioned at the beginning of game 1, and it played out in game 1 as well, that Clem is typically a very aggressive player in this matchup. He often does want to end things early, as many, if not all, Terran players do. So we'll see how he will adjust his approach. Likewise, Classic, gotta lock in. So now we're settling in. Taking our expansions, nothing crazy. Single gas opener out of Clem, going for once again an economic opener. This time Clem does open up Reaper, true. If you recall last game, there was no Reaper start, there was no Hellion start either. Clem is scattered with his Withermine drop. This time Clem is checking earlier on. See how those move out. So Clem does commit. With this, ideally wants to get eyes on the tech of choice. For now, going to be zoned away. Force to back off. Once again, Twilight counter opener. Last game was 3-gate blink, but Classic did commit into extra warp ins and extra aggression, and it was not worth it. So we're expecting Classic to have minimal warp ins and get a faster third. This wouldn't be a bad map for 2-gate blink. 2-gate blink into a Nexus, into a third. Much more viable on Winter Madness. And much more viable. As Reaper does break in. Still doesn't quite make it into the main. Comes underway. Adept into the mineral line. Once again, denying mining. No major pickoffs yet. Might get one SCV. Gets one. Oh, nice catch there from Clem. He was following the shade once he saw it. Nice pickoff. Back at home as safety robo. So Classic is not cutting corners. Once again, same build, 2 games in a row, 3-gate blink. Classic, he does not risk it. Catching at the Reaper. Clem, he never got into the main base. He can make assumptions based on the Stalkers, of course. Based on the Stalker presence, that it is Blink. Oh, we're going one step further, actually. My apologies. I said 3-gate Blink. It's 2 gateways to the natural, 2 gateways to the main, 4-gate Blink Stalker. Classic, he's actually taking it one step further and being more aggressive. You see the probe in position here at the 3rd base. Clem doesn't see the Nexus itself, does see the probe. Prism is on the way. Classic is going to commit. He will double down. Now remember, this is not an all-in, you still expand behind this, but it's much more committed. And if you fail to do damage, you fall behind. Oh boy. This Classic does move out. Behind this, auto harass into the bases. Denying some mining, back and over we have 2 tanks in the main. Ooh, and a bunker over Clem, he is very well set up, by the way. 2 tanks in the main base, does pre-pull the boys, 2 bunkers at the natural. This is exactly what you want against 4-gate Blink. So he's going for the dive, but again, bunkers in position. The match repair is already here. Clemmy's fine. And Classic falls behind. Classic is falling behind. He needs to find some damage here. Does not find a way into the main base. Once again, the boys are pre-pulled. Clem taking this very seriously. Oh. If I can just getting free damage. Tank as well. And Classic forces transition. Now saturating his bases, Forge on the way, charge as well. Now at least Classic didn't lose too many Stalkers. He lost 0 Stalkers actually. He was denied pushing into the bases, but he did preserve everything. So at least he maintains the army. This can be used to slow down the push, but as we mentioned before, this was a big commitment, and ideally Classic, he needed to trade and do some damage, and this is why Classic is now behind. He has fallen behind. Overlay reaction, losing one of the stalkers. Losing 2 stalkers even. Oof. Yeah, 2, 3 stalkers going. Oh god. Scratch what I said earlier about Classic maintaining his, or just maintaining his army. That's not true. Losing 3 stalkers already. The rest are very low. Clem breaks out. Classic's in trouble. Behind this, the Bay just now finished. Disruptor's on the way. A bit of a desperation move there by Classic. Again, the Disruptor does finish faster than the Colossus. He's desperate. Tanks are sieging. Does go for the dive. He gets 1 tank. He gets 1. He gets 2. Yeah, 2 tanks get focused down. Does get the 3rd tank, and Classic holds. Whew. Classic is holding on. Did cost him all of his stalkers. Disruptor has arrived. Holding on to that Nova. He's holding on to the Nova, and again, Classic. It's an impressive defense here, but it is costing him a lot of supply. Did cost him a lot of stalkers. But Classic does survive. Behind this, Clem is expanding. 3rd CC. 3rd CC is on the way. Extra Raxes. Clem can no longer commit. If he had retained his tanks, then he could keep pushing, but without the tanks, he cannot push into the 3rd. It's not going to happen. The game continues. Oh. Jesus. There's that recall. Toss the Prism. Oh, Clem getting caught out. Gotta be careful. That is Widow Mine. So far, there's still just 1 Colossus, and because of the earlier losses, there's not much to support, right? There's only a handful of gateway units. We're coming in for a flank. We're getting on top of the Colossus. Yeah, brutal flank here, and Clem, he's breaking through. He's just overwhelming. Just too many losses early on, and Clem may not have broken Classic earlier, but again, there's just barely any supportive units here. Oof, the base goes down. The 4th base goes down. Now moving further in. Colossus barely standing. Does go for the counterattack. Desperation here by Classic. He needs Clem to back off. Needs him to back off. Give him some room. Clem's ready for it. He's ready for the run by. He's ready for the counterattack. Rotates in between the bases. Catching out a reinforcing stalker. Gets 2. 2 stalkers go down. Vikings, they can move in. There is potential with the Nova. Yeah, there is that Nova. As the Robo goes down, only 2 Colossus. Down to 1. Down to 1 Colossus. We can always just pick up. We can always just lift. That's kiting here by Clem. Does pick up, does get the hell out of there. Here comes the main army. And Classic can't reinforce. Cannot reinforce. We're staring on top of the Colossus. Oh god. Yeah, the army comes together. Bit of an F2, but it's fine. We can afford to. I don't think we saw a single Nova connect, unfortunately. Didn't know that. The Disruptor coming in. Show us the Nova, baby, for that one time. Never mind. Yeah, Disruptor goes down. GG, well played, and Clem, who will claim the series 2-0. He will advance on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. An intense series here, a much shorter series between Clem and Classic. Shorter games, aggression out of Clem, which is what we expected here. But here in game 2, it was more on Classic. The reasoning for this is because Classic went 4-gate blink, and he did not find the damage he was looking for. So Classic fell behind early on, as he committed into a hyper-aggressive build, which failed to do damage, which meant that he had a weaker and a shakier follow-up and transition into Colossus, and in towards the 3 and 4 base saturation. So that's why he was so vulnerable. That's why Clem pushed out as hard as as he did, and with that, Clem overwhelms. Clem did overwhelm. GG, well played. With that, Clem will claim the series, and we have our grand finals. It's going to be best of 5. Best of 5 here between Clem and MaxPax. Oh boy. For now, we're going to be going on a short break. When we come back, we'll have that best of 5. We'll see you soon. See you soon after the break.